Hello, welcome everyone. Welcome back to more of the free trial completionist playthrough. And we are continuing on with more of the Potato of Enquiry adventures, aka more of the ARR Hildebrand stuff. Still working on things off stream to get myself where I need to be to continue on with the Post-Heavensward content, raids and things of that sort. I can show you guys where I am so far. I'm making good progress though, and that's important. So I look all fancy and dapper with my gun for the Potato of Enquiry stuff today. But, I managed to boop, boop, boop. There we go. I've managed to make myself the Carbon Weave stuff, the Aurum Regis and Astral Birch stuff, as well as the secondaries and primaries. And that's for all of my crafters. Every single one of my crafters. So, this is the mid-master gear from Heavensward. Right? The mastercraft recipes start at like 60 with no stars and go up to 60 with 4 stars. Because they're all level 60 recipes. Since they're the end of Heavensward stuff, and that's the max level they can, make them in Heavensward. But they start at 0 stars and they go up to 4 stars. This is the 2-star set. And it's the last stop before I hit the best crafting gear I'll be able to get access to in Heavensward, which is actually not a 4-star set, it's a 3-star set. And it's not a whole set either. Some of these pieces are actually going to be my best in slot for my crafters. I think it is the earring, the bracelet, and the 2 rings, I believe. Don't quote me on that this week, but I believe so. Next week, I will be making the 60 3-star. There it is. Ironworks stuff. I will be making the Ironworks gear crafting, provided I'm able to. That's what I plan to do off stream between this week and next week. Is make the Ironworks gear, the Ironworks necklace, I believe as well, and I think there might be another set of secondaries somewhere too. Yeah, there it is. Primaries as well, or did I already make the... Nope, primaries as well. Primaries, secondaries, full clothing, and I believe the necklace for next week. That's what I'm going to try and get. 878.35. Yeah, I should be able to do that. Because the thing is, I can now get Mastercraft Demi-Materia. There, let's just put it up here. I can now get Demi-Materia, like Mastercraft and high-grade Fieldcraft and stuff like that, just by using crafter scripts. But they're very expensive, so I have to do a bunch of runs of getting crafter scripts, which for anyone who doesn't know, takes anywhere from like an hour, hour and a half to go gather all the materials, and then another half hour to hour to craft everything, and then you have to turn it all in. So each crafter script run for about 50 script items to turn in ends up costing me easily like 3 or 4 hours to do. And I had ended up doing like 3 of those in a single day a couple days ago because I needed to. So hopefully, I will be able to do this set by next week. But there's some things that are going to get in the way here and there. Anyway, the reason why... This back down here. The reason why I'm not going to be bothering to do the earring, armband, or rings is because I've actually hit a full-on wall in the free trial. Like an absolute 100%, you cannot get past this wall. Which is that all of those require Celestine in their craft, which requires raw Celestine, which is a gem. And it's like, well, it's just a gem. Go out and mine. You can't. You can't. You can't get it for scripts. You can't get it for poetics. You can't spend 50 hours grinding out, gathering this or that to try and level yourself up to a point where you can gather it. You can't buy it from any merchant. The only way to get raw Celestine is by doing voyages, airships and submarines, and the only way to do voyages is by being part of an FC. So they have legitimately added in items that you 100% as a free trial player are not allowed to craft. Just not. They never added them to any other acquisition pool other than voyages, which means I can't craft them, period. Full stop. I can never craft those. And I can't craft the items from those, so I won't be able to make those. I won't be able to make those accessories, which, like I said, I think is going to be the Ironworks earring, bracelet, and both the rings, which means the Aurum Regis and the Astral Birch are going to be my best in slot for those slots. I should be able to make the necklace, I believe, though doesn't need any Celestine in its crafting. But next up is melding. So I have to spend scripts in order to get the demi-materia I'll need for next week's crafts, and it looks like it's going to be quite a bit, so that's going to be a lot of script grinding. And then I have to spend scripts as the only method I currently have to get myself better materia. I do now have gear that is high enough eye level that I can upgrade to the next set of materia, which is level 5. I can upgrade to level 5 materia rather than all these level 4s, and that'll actually get me a lot better stats because the level 5 will have much better stats than the 4s. I won't have to fill as many slots with the same materia to get the same result stat-wise. So that will help a lot, but it also means I need level 5 materia, which again means script grinding. I need crafter scripts for the Mastercraft Demi materia. I need crafter scripts for the level 5 materia. So I'm easily gonna probably have to run 8, 9, 10, 20 crafting, like script farming things this upcoming week, and with each of them taking like 3 or 4 hours, I'm probably gonna have to run a couple of them a day. All doable. Every bit of that is doable, but it's going to be a big fat snooze fest, that's for sure. So we shall see. But really the only thing holding me back from getting to 3-star best in slot stuff is going to be my craftsmanship and control stats, which I need to get up higher, which is all materia. And then I think that's everything. There may be some other hiccup in the road of like materials I need to craft the next set. So I should be able to have the best set by next week. But we'll see. And then I can work on crafting like the best sets of combat gear and stuff like that, which will then be enough to get me into the raids and all those things. So another week or 2 and I should be into the raids unless I hit a road bump I'm really not prepared for. Anyway, all that boring off-stream nonsense done. Let's go become a detective. That or just shoot everybody. Whichever one's faster, honestly. It's this way, right? Yeah, it's up here. This is really auspicious weather for today. Like, great that it's just pouring rain when I say I want to go do something. Sure, nothing horrible could go on today at all. Not a bit. Science of deduction. On to more Hildebrand stuff. Duelist declared target. Identify the weapon in question. The Treaty Blade. Guardian Nobles Collection. Oh, it's already gone? Purchased by an Uldan collector in Vesper Bay. Oh yes, I do remember this chapter. Appreciate myself to her. She's a difficult woman to please. Fondness for flowers that Tutusi in Camp Drybone sells. Okay. Let's go get her some stupid flowers then. Oh man. Okay, good. It is in chat today. Good. Just double checking on one of the bots to make sure it's actually here. For love or money that you killed. What? There's an Amalja arrow in his back. I don't know how to shoot a bow. Oh god. Don't shoot unarmed fleeing merchants. I'm not so sure that's true, actually. Capture and temper them. Some effort into it. Wear gloves for God's sakes, or at least don't wave your hands in front of my face. Callus's betrays a veteran archer. Oh god. It was because he took from you your share or your sister. Oh my god, dude. Damn, I thought he did it for the money. Oh well. You're entirely too capable, Inspector. You need to spend time with us and become insane. Because you're too boring the way you are right now. On his job, he just likes doing it. Belongs to one of Ishgard's high houses. Oh, like that buffoon Hildebrand. Oh, God. Look, Hildebrand may not be the investigator that Eorzea needs, but he's certainly the one they deserve. An idiot who bumbles into solving all the cases. And always gets it wrong. But somehow always gets it right. Mostly because of me. Baltic lavender. Ah, yes, Vesper Bay. Oh, I have some leftover crap. I have a tiny bit of leftover crap. Oh, and the Moogle Tome event is going on again, so I'm slowly gathering these up. I'm not trying to push myself as crazily as I did last time, but I am slowly gathering them up to at least try and get the new or unique or impossible normally for free trial players items off of it that I care about. I'm not worrying so much about like I need to get every single thing on the Moogle Tome event this time. Like if I miss all the super expensive stupid earrings that I'm probably going to glamour to be invisible anyway, right? I'm probably not going to bother myself that much about them. Last 20 came before. If you come looking for work, you're too late. Yeah. Additional security, I would not deign to hire a common adventurer. Oh my god, lady. Have some stupid flowers. It's not the right gift, speak the magic words, and you'd earn my respect. I don't care about your respect. I care about you shutting up and then telling us what we need to know. It's fleeting. I value beauty which transcends the boundaries of time. I love that she's like transcends the boundaries of time, like mine. Yes, lady, you're totally gonna be beautiful forever. Absolutely, definitely not gonna age ever or have a horribly rotten soul. Not heed our warnings otherwise. Thief is plotting to steal the treaty blade. Wait, yes, I read the Mithril Eye. None of your concern. Oh god. A legion of guards. Obtain the services of a certain gentleman. Oh man, my peerless inspector. Nope, not quite. Nope, not the inspector you expected. The lady cries out for a guardian and gentleman must needs oblige. They're such idiots and I love it. Slumber nor sleep until the fiend who come as the treaty blades run to justice. Those are the same things, but okay. Brings you here. You come in pursuit of the duelist as well. Single gun. For one government. Oh man. Yeah, to be fair, he doesn't charge anyone anything. Because he's boring like that. Although Hildebrand doesn't charge anyone anything either. But they're both rich kids, so, you know, big surprise. Such an intriguing case. Payment enough. Preemptive declarations of criminal intent are hardly in vogue. Hey, nerd. Be seeing you again in Heavensward. Briarden, consulting inspector. Conniving inspector? Like that conniving inspector? Rotting flesh and saltpeter. Hildebrand Vanderbilt. And that's your pursuit. Rotting flesh and saltpeter. Oh man. And uptight Nerd, too. Not want or need your help. Sure, lady, whatever. Here's my face. Strange flying thing, and I dropped it in the water. Must belong to the Royal House of Thorn. What an uptight lady. Get over yourself. Although, yeah, I guess that's the whole point of the story, so it'd be a waste of my time if she did right away. Search for my vase in the pouring rain and horrible weather right now. Yep, sure, send your daughter out to die of pneumonia, that's all. Oh, I guess the rain stopped. Still. Save for yourself, spoken ferocious wild beast. Oh, no, it didn't. Just need the right camera angle for it. Skills, I shall swiftly locate, recover the missing vase. Oh my god, what an idiot. No one spoke it aloud. Is sitting there praising himself all the time. What a creep. Old Dawn was on my way. Wait, she was walking all the way from Old Dawn? Wow, her mother's a piece of crap. Flying thing came, I got scared, so I ran across the bridge. Alright. I think I dropped it off as well. There's scary looking things down there. Yeah, I think there are actually creatures in that area. So nice of her to ask her child to go through multiple zones, all that have fucking creatures that want to attack people in them. Cool, let's go find the vase. Oof. What are the hiccups there? All four of you. I'm going after Inspector Briarden. Uh-huh. Like you know the plight of a young girl. Because that's my job, you imbecile. Yep. And off they go. I don't even know what the bloody mess looks like. Yep. Don't you feel afraid you're into this adventure for help? Understand? I like that Ellie is like, well, he's the only capable one, even if he is a tiny baby. Hello, newbie. Not new here. Thank you for the confetti. Look at this stupid idle stance of hers. Oh my god. So stupid. What an idiot. Yep. I'm doing okay. Just a lot of busy real life stuff, and then this whole grind to getting my gear where I need it to be for the Post-Heavensward stuff is taking a long time. Like, it's doable in the time frame that I think I expected it would be doable in. At least I believe. I'm not quite there yet. But it does require tons and tons of scripts, gathering and crafting, which basically requires 4 or 5 hours every trip to get myself about 2,500 crafting scripts in about 4 or 5 hours. And I'm having to do that like 5 or 6 times, maybe more, for the next set of crafts I'm doing. So it's going to be a busy week this upcoming week. Hello there. By earlier I seen her had something in her hands, dropped while crossing the bridge. Yep. Whatever it was, it's long gone now. Not quite. Sunmin. Anything that falls in the water is like to be swept downstream fairly quickly. Queer winged beast I saw earlier. Oh, cool, great. Also, how could this vase even be okay? Like, it fell from that bridge that far. We're talking a vase. Even if everyone's like, oh, if it hit the water, it just got dragged downstream. If it hit this water is so shallow, that vase definitely hit the ground underneath the water, too. Like, the thing should not be okay. Flamboyant oaf. No, that's Greg. That's just Greg. Thieving demon bird, I shall rue the day you cross paths with me. I know not of which. Curse is a fertile refuse underfoot. Every point is a dagger. Yeah. Definitely destroyed that vase. Treasured vase of Lady Dorilda over... Oh, dear. Yep. Broken. This belonged to you, child. So gross my search, I did not notice. Go on. Demon bird that absconded with my weapon. For a moment, only to see it next to the tiles of that accursed creature. My haste, I must have stepped on your vase. I can't believe the thing survived the fall for him to step on. Dr. Hildebrand will think it's something. Yes, I know exactly who we should get to help put the vase back together, don't you, Hildy? Hmm? Gather as many fragments of the vase as we can find. I am sure if we just go and find the right smith to put it back together, he won't horribly traumatize you constantly every day, Hildy. I'm sure it'll be fine. Besides, that's just how that's just how that family works. It's nothing new. Generational abuse and trauma is just part of their good humor. That's all. Yeah, sure. Here you go. More than sufficient for our needs. To perform miracles of far less, after all. The hammer and the man dance. Yes, the man dance. Person, or is he capable of reconstructing this? Man whose skill with the hammer has brought rival goldsmiths low. Yep. Goldsmith, you speak of him as one would a great warrior. He kind of is. I love what the like nightmare of carnage we find him in when all he had was his hammer to like fight. Thieves perpetrated a series of robberies in Ul'dah. Argony established and sold luxury goods. One such shop was owned by the humble lapidary of whom I speak. Last shop they stuck, but the following morning they were found beaten, bound, and gagged in the gold court. Brassblades never learned who was responsible. The only information they had was the testimony of a thief who kept muttering words, the hammer, the hammer. Yep, that's about right. I do so enjoy the company of dangerous men. Phrasing, Greg. Get to introduce myself. I'm Gilgamesh, and that is Enquiry. The goofy green chicken. Not really. It's been many moons since I last saw her. He's the burden of loneliness. I tamed Rooster painted in green. Yes, come with us, Greg. Spend tons of time with us, definitely. Having 2 idiots, well, 3 idiots, I guess, at this point, in tow, definitely will make this adventure insanely humorous all the time. Pleasure's all mine, Gilligan. Gilligan. Hard you remember. I give you leave to call me Gil. Excellent suggestion, Greg. Excellent suggestion, Greg. I love he even gave us leave to call him Gil, and Hildy's still like, excellent suggestion, Greg. I forgot we dragged this kid all the way out to, like, North Thondalit and stuff. I mean, I guess she's pretty safe with us, at least. Or should I say with me, I suppose. Hildy's not gonna be able to protect her, and he's sure not gonna stop just, like, getting her in constant danger because he's an idiot and doesn't think once before doing stuff. Goblin carcass. It's got precious jewels on its back. Just bash it to death with a hammer. Felled with a hammer, a trail of bloody footprints leads to the north. Basilisk carcass. Yeah, I know how you feel, man. It's always annoying when you find something needs, like, leather out of nowhere for no good reason in your crafting. Had to kill hundreds of these things to get... Actually, I don't think I've ever needed basilisk hide before. It wouldn't surprise me. Occasionally, goldsmithing does crap like that. Usually, they have the decency to at least put, like, the accessories that are primarily made of leather and stuff in the leather worker, but once in a while, you still need stupid monster drops. I just hate monster drops because you can't make consistent progress. I know you are. Realistically, if you stop and think about it, every monster you kill is another roll of the dice, which means you are consistently making progress. But it just doesn't feel the same as when you're mining, cutting trees, or even fishing to a degree. Even fishing has that element of RNG to it, which is annoying. At least when you're, like, mining and botanist, you always feel like you're making progress, because every stop you make gets you, like, at least one more of the thing you're trying to get. With monsters, I'll drop, like, 20 of them and get, like, maybe one of the thing. And I know that's still constant progress you're making, but it feels like RNGesus is just kicking my ass over and over again, is what it feels like. Because I know eventually you'll get there, but, like, it just doesn't feel like constant progress. Dublin the Basilisk, sorry, I'm in all slain with a hammer. As with that beast over yonder, unless I'm mistaken. Yeah, freaking Chimera. Surprised that she must still be about. I love that it's the whole friggin' Chimera just beaten to death with a hammer. And no armor. Watching us, attempting to ascertain our intentions. The cautious man went on the hunt. Every fiber of my being cries out in her belly, and I must break my oath and do the unspeakable. I must dance! Like he made an oath to himself not to dance. That doesn't last long. Mandeville man, doing what only a Mandeville can. Curtis to throttle in a Mandeville man. Oh my god, it's so stupid, the man dance. Cannot avert mine eyes. He's already freaking exhausted. Were to perform within sight of our quarry, he would not be able to resist revealing himself. I neglected to properly stretch my legs beforehand. You, potato, go dance for the Mandeville man. Man dance. Mandeville men. We are as siblings now that you know my house dance. Oh god. Use that knowledge. Dance at the Chimera. No waiting, potato. You must dance. You must dance, you Mandeville baby. And everyone's watching me. Great. Dance, you tiny Mandeville baby, dance! Fancy yourself a Mandeville, man. Oh my god, here he comes! One of the best characters in the entire game. I like that my character really did pull out his gun. This dapper baby with a gun will shoot you. For me, not at all. The only accounts I came to settle were with the Chimera. Guilty. Just like this was a bad idea. Drawn here by some coincidence, were you? You came in search of me! Oh god. Why else gyrate your hips in such a gentlemanly fashion? I know you, he of yet strong yet tender fingers. Yep, yes you do. Unfortunately. How the hell did you learn the Mandeville? If I did not teach you, then who? Who indeed? Ah, my son is alive! Time to traumatize him! Yeah, good luck with that, buddy. So thaumaturgy is this the end lives? Not you just spinning in place. I love every single scene with Godford. It's just the best. Yeah, you keep trying, buddy. You just keep trying. Flash stepping back and forth. Well, the friend Eleanor Maximilian Vanderbilt. Oh man. Look, I missed you, son. Slam. In years since you left home. 5 since I learned of your trip to Dalamud. How long were you planning to let your mother and father suffer under the illusion their beloved son was dead? So bad. Well, for what it's worth, he spent 4.5 of those wandering around thinking he was a zombie, so... You're Hildy's father. Godbert the goldsmith, Mandeville. Cease your undulations at once, there are more pressing matters at hand. Never. He will never cease the undulations. That's why he shows off the whole body. Watch the undulations. So be made whole once more for the sake of Miss Maria. Deal with worse cases before my morning bowel movement. Jesus. Hey, look, it's perfect. But he is Godbert, so hold your applause until the end. A Godbert original. Radiate elegance, would you all not agree that is a work of art? Destroyed priceless antiques historical value. Nonsense! Transformed into something far superior. How long's it been since you last held a hammer, Hildy? I'm an agent of inquiry, an inspector. Sure, whatever. Innocent people whose weapons were callously ripped from their hands by a thieving duelist. Thought you'd put away childish dreams. Being a detective is a childish dream, apparently. I don't think my mom's gonna like what you did. Yup. Can't say for certain, can we? Maybe she'll take a liking to this reimagining. Greg. Jesus, all these faces are so bad. Being duelist so happens I'm something of a duelist myself. First pass with this fellow, I'd welcome the opportunity to pit my skills against his. Gee, you're a duelist, you say, Greg. Oh, that's interesting. Back to Vespa Bay. Traveling there on business once I finish gathering materials. Seen the demon bird that took my weapon. Go without me. He's chasing after the demon bird. I'm actually using up the Aetheryte tickets. That's kind of good. Like, they give you so many Vesper Bay Aetheryte tickets at this point and have cut down on, like, the number of MSQ points where you have to go back to Vesper Bay, which means now you have sort of an abundance of the tickets. Which is better than always running out. But, like, I'm in Post-Heavensward now, and I'm finally starting to get down to almost single digits. Here, have a Godbert original. You all know shame until you make my daughter complicit in chicanery. Yup. Gaudy trash. No resemblance whatsoever to the... I mean, technically the shape is about the same. Not only did you summon Maria to fetch your priceless vase alone, placing her in considerable danger should bandits wild beasts attack, which they did. He's like, gaudy trash. Lord Mandeville, yep. That's his gaudy trash. It's nothing compared to the lavish accommodations and esteemed gentlemen such as yourself as enjoy. Yeah, well, there is that. This dude owns the gold saucer, by the way, for those who don't know. Like, he kind of does have very lavish accommodations on a day-to-day basis. That exquisite vase over yonder. Previous comments do not like my reconstruction. Your reconstruction? Oh. I love it. Yeah, like she hates the way it looks, but it's a Godbird original? Oh my god, I'll take it. Go so far as to call it the new centerpiece of my Thor Dynasty collection. Most distressed had you said otherwise. I love that Godbird understands completely. He's like, oh, so you don't like my reconstruction, huh? And she's like, no, of course I love it. Yeah, that's right. My son Hildebrand doubtless told you when he offered to investigate the duelist threats. Enough expository banter, I say. Godbird, I like that. Enough expository banter, I say. Oh man, these are precise words. I do remember thinking that his help would be most welcome. Your father's Lord Godbird Vanderbilt. Uh-huh. And it took Yolan Quiveron's seat in the syndicate. Great many developments over the past 10 years. He just, like, even before he went to Dalaman 5 years ago, he spent the last 10 years just, like, ignoring anything and everything his family has been doing. Like, not wanting to follow the family business is one thing, but just basically ignoring any information about your family. Redirect our energies towards the investigation of the thieving duelist. Review all the facts with consenting Inspector Briarden. Yeah, no, consenting is very much the wrong word there, Hildy. Like, conniving may not have been right, but consenting is absolutely wrong. He doesn't want our help at all. Are you still here? Lady Dorilda's asked that we assist. Kindly share with us all your information. God. Plans have advanced to a stage even you couldn't ruin them. So reproductions of the Treaty Blade. Traffics and counterfeit antiquities. Blades delivered to the Observatorium, where they're being distributed among Lady Dorilda's sellswords. Give the orders, they'll transport them via alternate routes to Vesper Bay. Hiding the real transport with a bunch of decoys. They're all decoys. Yep. Leave those disguised as small folk along each route. Yeah, he's got a pretty good plan there, right up until it doesn't work. The real will remain in the owner's vault until the thief has been apprehended. Everything's been accounted for. You're superfluous. I mean, Hildy's superfluous in basically every aspect of his life, so, you know, it's nothing new. Use more small folk to watch the roads in and out of the observatory. I'm assuming you have the capacity to conduct yourself in an unassuming fashion. Not a chance. I am a master of disguise. Any information on the duelists? Thought to ask Humphrey, did you? Said to be a towering brute dressed in red who wields a halberd. A towering brute dressed in red, you say? But wields a halberd. No, Greg doesn't have a halberd, so it couldn't be him. Garishly dressed should be easy to find in Snowy Kurthus. Oh, after all, do we come or don't? I couldn't care less. Uh-huh. I love that the two actual decent inspectors are people with half a brain cell in each of their heads walk away, and then Gilgamesh immediately walks up after that. And not even, like, deviously. Gilgamesh is just as dumb as Hildy is. It's like, he wasn't trying to wait for them to leave, he just happened to not come up until they left. Receive new information on the weapon thief. Victim describes a halberd-wielding brute dressed in a ridiculous outfit. Ridiculous outfit? Oh, now I'm intrigued. Why would a warrior have for wearing impractical clothing? Says the man wearing that outfit. He says, indeed, enough to make a gentleman laugh. Oh yeah, I forgot to check on one thing when I put my stream live. Let me double check and just make sure. Yep, that looks good. And that looks good. Okay. It's good. Hildebrand, you mind getting your butt out of my face? The three collectors. And an elixir. Summarize our current plan of action. Destination is the Observatorium, and our mission is to pose as goodly small folk. Prince of Inspector Briarden's instructions. Situation demand improvisation. Disregard those instructions. If the situation demands improvisation, we'll completely disregard everything that Briarden said. And act like morons. I mean, being bumbling idiots is enough to get us to solve the cases every time anyway, so why stop? You know, I even still have to come out here and kill those stupid little sheep, too. Still, to this point, there's stuff in the 60 master crafts that need fleece in order to craft. So boring gathering materials for leather worker. And sometimes weaver, but mostly leather worker. The fellow servant of justice. You're one of the many tasked with transporting a counterfeit treaty blade. Mistake me for someone else, sir. They're with us, more small folk. Keep an eye on them or else. Just saddled this poor guy with us. Fucker me. You move until I get back. Like, they don't look anything like small folk, and neither do I, but, you know, whatever. This land always so inhospitable, the biting winds, the endless snows. I like that Gilgamesh constantly is walking up after the people with intelligence walk away. Active will help me stay more. I chance to find the thieving duelist, I will of course summon you after administering the requisite beating. And off he goes. And look, they're back! And there's someone else with you a moment ago. You speak of Greg. He ventured outside the gates mere moments before your arrival. Oh my god. You look like you might actually be useful. Really? Because I look like a tiny baby in a dapper outfit. I don't look like I'd be useful to anyone. Or if my men at the east gates were undermanned over there. They're still off just derping around. Completely sticking out like a sore thumb, but then so do I. Tricks on me. There's only one way to be sure. You wait here. What is it, Nashu? See you, demon bird. You'll not escape me this time. Hello there, my friends. He's just wandering around and people keep not seeing him. It's just Greg. For a moment, I thought you might have spotted our thief. Oh, it's just Greg standing out like a sore thumb even more than everyone else. No luck. Hey, there goes Enkidu. We conclude that having learned that his opponent was to be the legendary Spectre Hildebrand, the duelist renounced his criminal ways, retreating into hiding. And there goes Greg, right behind her. Waiting patiently outside the walls for more wagons to leave. Decide to venture into the wilderness, you best arm yourself with more than your wits. Abstain from violence unless absolutely necessary. Yeah, sure. I'll fight for you, Inspector. I even found a weapon to use. Look, she found the crappy gun lance. Self-same spirit propelled me to the Red Moon. Where would you find it? It's so stupid, this, like, long and storied history that this weapon has. Such a dumb weapon. Can I ignore the will of destiny? Return it to me, Nashu. Still endeavor to avoid fisticuffs. I'll be duly armed, should worst come to worst. Off to search for the duelist. She's just like, hi, Greg, bye, Greg. I love that she's just waving at him, and she has the gun lance, and he's too oblivious to notice it, and everyone else is too oblivious to notice him. I just love how bumbling every aspect of this part is. It's so hilarious. Not the same creature, but one of many. I know my weapon is close by. You sense it too, don't you, Enkidu? I know my weapon is close by. I'm sure it is. Uh-huh. Fitting with that dude in the background, because tis Wednesday, my goobs. You covered this weapon so. I held that you would understand. In some ways, it bore resemblance to his spear, but in other respects, it was quite different. Crowned with a magnificent axe blade, to which was welded a musket barrel, which is utterly pointless, because there's nowhere for it to actually shoot. First weapons I had in my collection after arriving in these lands. How you're to reclaim it, the strongest of spears. Yeah, no. Do a double, triple, quadruple take. Couple more takes there, Hildy. What of yours bears a striking resemblance to... Yes, it does. The strongest of spears. It's been 5 years ago. Surely you can't be serious. Now you call me Shirley? No matter, give it to me. Spirit have traveled together to the very heavens. I'll not relinquish it again. Bested many a man together. I will not relinquish it again. And we're at an impasse. Oh my god, it's so stupid. So dumb. Just back and forth, and back and forth, and back and forth. Tiny baby's getting dizzy. Oh my god. I believe I'm saying this, but well done, Inspector. Yep, you bumbled upon the duelist. Grossleaf's reading our dispute. Greg is a good, honest man who has certain has never stolen a weapon in his life. Indeed, I've not. Every weapon I've claimed was by rights mine. Each was a trophy for besting my opponent in single combat. Uh-huh. Wait, no, what? Believe that constitutes a confession? Seize him. Confession to what? You're all beyond reason. Just comes to a continent that has no such, like, rules and immediately starts challenging people to duels and not letting them refuse and basically stealing their weapons. Like, what's wrong with you all? Just doing normal stuff. Yes, my plan to secure his confession was utterly flawless. His capture will be the coup de grace. The coup de grace. My plan is thus far flawless. Griffin Crossing is still impassable. Doesn't matter, it's a very big bridge, after all. I know who you are, even if that imbecile doesn't. Only you have the skill to face the duelist in battle. What? I'm just a dapper baby, that's all. Strength will not suffice. Just you muster what allies you can. Yep, sure, whatever. Why not? Summon a bunch of idiots from beyond the rift to help dapper baby beat up his friend Greg. I mean, he's a cool friend to have, but he definitely does require to be beaten up a few times. Because he's constantly getting into trouble. You, Miss Melly? Oh, my good man, it's a relief to hear your footfalls. I was unable to prevent Greg from escaping. Let's leave the rest to you. The big bridge. Time to get beaten up by a dapper baby, Greg. Ah. It was I behind these doors the whole time. You took so long to arrive, I was getting worried you might have gotten lost. Yes, it was I! You don't say. I'll never wonder what your role in this play was. Silent guardian, content to watch events unfold with minimal interaction. Last I understand, we were fated to duel, you and I. Sure, why not? I'll shoot you in the face right now. Best mean you may have the spear. Fail and your weapons are forfeit. I'll extend them to your allies. I grant you leave to summon others. Avail you to no advantage. Gilgamesh, it is embiggening time! Makes himself a big old bastard. I mean, you really didn't need to do that. I'm already, like, 1 foot nothing. So, it's great that you embiggened yourself, but I'm already tiny, so I don't really care. Battle on the big bridge. Hi, Hildy. How you doing, pal? Let's see. Wait time, about 15 minutes. Yeah, well, if I went back to Scholar, that'd be shorter, but whatever. Anyone online? Yeah, there's some people online. Not many, though. Where are they? No, they're off working on their own stuff. If they're hanging out in Imperium, that's one thing. They're basically just dicking around at the FC house. I could go and talk to them and stuff. But if they're somewhere else, they're actually working on things, so... Nashu, how you doing? Which way to go? I've already dealt with that. Sounds sporting. Remind you that our duty supersedes any misbegotten notions of honor. His name isn't really Greg, is it? Yes, his name is Greg. His name is and forever will be Greg, and don't you dare call him anything else. I think I've already done the one that gives you the emote here. Yep, I've already done the one. That's an emote you can get for doing quests from this area. Eh. Oh. A bunch of stuff that doesn't really matter. Okay. How about you? Have I done your leaves yet? I have not. I'm a little low on leaves because I sort of finished them off just recently. I don't know that you can do leaves while you're waiting on a duty, though. I can't remember. I think you can. I believe you can, and it just, will fail the leave if you, like, zone out for the duty. Yeah, see? I can do leaves. Okay. Well, Saribot worked its magic there that time. Let's make sure it worked its magic over on the... Yep. It worked its magic before that could transfer over to the other side. Good. Oh, wait. This leave is all about protecting stuff, and I wasn't paying attention. Great. Any chance I can fix you? Man, I love playing Fizz Range just because you could just run around and shoot constantly. Not having to stop to cast or get too close with melee or things like that is so much fun. Discovers covering the luminous crystal. Slay enemies that respond to the poke emote. Target has a luminous crystal. I could just run around killing everything because it's also low level anyway, but whatever. Oh yeah, this is one of those ones. Yeah, you don't need to do that. I don't need to do that. I don't bother with the actual, like, instructions on these ones, because guess what happens if you just start popping enemies? Eventually, one of them loses its disguise. And then you just kill the rest of them anyway. Like, see, there's the other one I was looking for. Done. I don't bother with all of that. Yeah, go get this resource and then use it to try and dispel their glamours and then blah, 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 blah. Who cares? No one cares, ever. I can actually turn all of these off. Oh, this is a boss fight. I really don't care about the things he was summoning. They don't matter. Just blow him up. This one is kill certain enemies. Okay, it's easy enough. They just need to actually summon the enemies they want me to kill, rather than just fill it out with like 10 of the same enemy that I've already fought before. Like that. More of the enemies that I've already fought before. Cool. But I have to kill them because they're literally just taking up the freaking cap for this leave, so that they won't bother to summon more enemies until I kill these ones. Where next, game? Nope. Nope. Look, more of the same. There we go. Although, is this one of those ones where you have to do all the killing and then it just fucking takes more time? Because they're like, yeah, go kill more if you want, for no reason. Literally no reason, and who gives a crap? Or is that good enough? Yeah, no, this is one of those ones where they expect you to fight more of them. Nope. Get abandoned. No one cares. I'll do that in my own time. Literally waste, nope, this is exactly the same. Get abandoned. Literally wasted an allowance for turning that one off. There we go. More luminous crystals, so instead of actually following the instructions, just kill everything. There he is. See, those guys leashed anyway, so who cares? There he is. Like, why should I bother gathering your stupid items and using emotes and stuff when instead I could just shoot everyone in the face and whoever responds is the enemy? And there's the last one. Look at that. Didn't have to use your stupid items either. Like, if you lost points for doing it that way or something with the leaves, then maybe I'd care. I still probably wouldn't, because the rewards from leaves this early on are almost nothing anyway. But, like, you don't lose anything by solving those problems by just shooting every enemy and seeing which ones transform. So why bother not doing that? There we go. Not gonna bother touching the other ones until I'm between streams and have downtime and all that stuff. Because with my luck, I will start it, I will finish it, and then I'll be standing around waiting for the timer to run out because those ones can't be bothered to not be complete garbage and finish when you kill the enemies. No, instead they want to blow out an entire stupid timer that no one cares about for literally no extra reward by killing extra enemies. And the timer will still be running when I get into the mission, to the trial. What I can do instead is just do some fates and stuff while I'm waiting. Whoops. That's one problem with Fizz ranged. Pulling the wrong enemies because you just blast them out of nowhere. What else? Ah, there they are. This won't be the best experience in general. My machinist is 51 now. I should probably be in Heavensward locations to really gain XP. But, whatever. I'm already here. This is where I am, so this is where I'll be farming fates for the moment. And I could go away because they will obviously just zone me into the Battle of the Big Bridge when the trial starts. But, like, can't be bothered. There we go. Yeah, not very good XP. But, you know what? The storm seals aren't too bad. There is a number of things I'll need to buy from the Grand Company for the next crafting list to get done for next week. So, gathering some storm seals, not super quickly, but just some, as I'm waiting here anyway, is useful. Wait, what's this one? Huh. Fort of Fear. Is that like Zamile hard? Is there a hard version of Zamile? Huh. I'll need to pick up some of the Post-Heavensward dungeons. That's not the sort of thing that's like, let's make a whole episode about it. That's more of an off-stream thing, but like, there's a bunch of them now that are available to me, and I should probably grab them and run through them so that I at least have them in the list when I'm running roulettes to sort of thin out the repeats a bit. I know. Don't need him. He's not my target. Could just kill more Caracol, assuming that I'm probably going to need a recipe that's going to want Fleece going forward. But I don't know for sure that Fleece is part of the list. What is this doing? The thing just, like, spawned in. Start flying around. I don't know for sure that I need fleece for anything. Oh, he's starting a fate, isn't he? Or not? Or was he finishing a fate and so he's leaving? Yeah, because it looks like he teleported away. Anyway, there's a fate down here. Good enough for me. Real interesting one would be if the Behemoth fate started in here. Not that I could really get a party together for it. Because, you know, free trial and all that. I have to wait for someone else to form a party on it, and undoubtedly that would take longer than the big bridge will take. Although I'm at my expected wait time right now on Big Bridge, so everything beyond this is just... let's see how long it actually takes, sort of thing. But at least I think people who are queuing up for trials will fill out my roulette, my party on their roulettes today. So it shouldn't take forever. There are some things you try and queue up for, and they're just, like, not in any roulettes, and not really the content people run these days, and it's just, like, 3.5 hours later. Good luck. Maybe you'll get someone at some point. Like, certain tiers of Palace of the Dead I've tried to queue up for raw, just in, like, a matched party, and just been sitting there, like, 3 hours later, and I still haven't found a party kind of thing. It happens, unfortunately. Speaking of, I now have both of the classes that I want to use for Palace of the Dead. Or that I would want to use for Palace of the Dead. So I really should work more on grinding the potsherds and sustaining potions and stuff off stream. But I don't spend as much time doing that because I'm spending so much time working on just like crafting lists and stuff like that. Alright? I basically just need to try and run like 51 to 100 over and over again a bunch. 51 to 60 is easy. People do that all the time. I could rock you up with that for a matched party, and almost instantly I'll get a party for that, 51 to 60. The problem is after 60, most people don't bother to go further. They do 51 to 60 and then delete their save and do 51 to 60 again. Which is cool and all, but like the ether pool gear is not the only thing I need to farm, and 51 to 60 is no guarantee for that. I also need potsherds, and the only real guarantee for that is if you run all the way from 51 to 100, there is a guaranteed potsherd when you finish that. So if I could do 51 to 100 with some people, then I could do that over and over again. Probably. Not today. I can't do Palace of the Dead while I'm waiting for a trial. But yeah, I should probably try and grab some people who'd be interested in sort of running 51 to 100 maybe a couple of times a week. Even just like off stream or whatever. And could even help people up through like 1 to 50 if they haven't done any Palace of the Dead. But most people have at this point. I just need to, like, set aside a time that would work for me. And then find some people that are interested, and then find times that will work for all of us, that sort of thing. It's all this organization stuff that I'm not great at, because I rarely ever do it, because it rarely ever works in the times I have done it, so... Deep dungeon guides. I would need deep dungeon guides eventually, but for 51 to 100, no. 51 to 100 I'm mostly good on. It's the higher level stuff when I'm planning to do my solo attempts that I will need deep dungeon guides for. Battle on the big bridge. Let's, you. Need to actually have this up. There we go.
Go on, Enquiry. It's Toad, your favorite.
Take on the lore of this game, stream person. I have fun with it. I like most of it. Not everything.
I admit
But,
it.
if you're talking about...
Fighting all 8 of you is just too much for me.
Yeah, sure, pal.
Not? Ha! I lied. Heavensward.
How about the...
Why, I've been
Yeah, that
hurt.
didn't work.
This is far from the strongest of spears.
Good luck with
I
that.
feel so betrayed. Goodness gracious. I, just remembered something.
Ah. There. Ah. Come on, just kill everything as we go, guys. God, I love Fizz ranged. Just run and shoot and run and shoot and run and shoot.
Oh, I must say, I quite enjoy these tussles.
Hello, Greg.
I feel we've gained an understanding. An understanding that I will pound you silly! Ha-ha!
Oh, he's singing again.
Rocket punch!
Oh. Ah. Oh. Get out of that, please.
Rocket punch!
Ah, Toad. Nope, nope, don't eat me. Don't eat me. No eating allowed. Can I? Awesome.
I won't go down so easily.
No, okay. Oh boy, lots of these. All over the place. But we win!
Well then.
Well then. What, pal? Does Tiny Baby
of a
have to
beating
shoot
for
you in the
now.
face some more? Enough of a beating for now. Uh-huh. Sure, bud. Totally gonna make it. Yes, of course. Sure, whatever. I'm sure he's fine. Relax. Oh, man. I mean, if you're talking about lore like that, then yes, I love it. It's hilarious. More of that, please. If you mean like the newer stuff with Dawn Trail, I don't have anywhere near the same problem with it that some people do. I think it's fine, but that's a matter of expectations. Like, I knew what I expected going into the new Dawn Trail stuff. A lot of other people seem to have their own delusions of what it was supposed to be and then get angry because it wasn't that. But hey, lore like this... like, you know, lore like this, hey, this kind of lore is great. I love this kind of lore. A bunch of us being morons constantly. And yet somehow still solving cases. Why, Greg, why? Are you dead again, Inspector? My swords did he drop what? Wait, doesn't that one there look just like Eleazar's sword? Oh my god. Counterfeit blade. So is this one and this one. What in the world? Like they were all a bunch of counterfeit blades. Oh. Nope. There we go. It's a little annoying that it does that. Whatever. Yes, more of this. More of this kind of crazy crap. Especially later. The Hildy stuff gets amazing later on. I haven't played the Hildy stuff in Dawn Trail. I believe that stuff is out now. But I haven't played it. It also isn't finished. Like, they've started releasing Hildy stuff, but I'm pretty sure they haven't finished the Dawn Trail Hildy stuff. So I'm not all that worried about the fact that I haven't played it yet. But, like, the Hildy stuff later on gets real hilarious. Plus, the characterization for your Warrior of Light in the Hildy stuff is so much more than, like, anywhere else in the game. Your character actually does things in the Hildy cutscenes, which is a miracle compared to the rest of the game, where your character can only stand around and stare while people get away with heinous crimes. And monologue for hours on end while you're just staring at them like you don't have a brain cell in your head. Satisfied with the halberd, we'll proceed with the delivery. Okay then. Back to Vesper Bay again. Really using up these Aetheryte tickets now. Oh, she's out here. Hildy, just empty hand holding it out. Yes, sure. I'm gonna make a fine addition to my collection. Except... Business is concluded. Is it? Is it really? Are you sure? Are you sure you didn't just make a horrible, horrible mistake? Genuinely mean that in your case, by the way. Inspector, that's a shame that Greg turned out to be the thief. Uh-huh. Why didn't you wait for me at the docks? Oh no, did you make a horrible, horrible mistake? It failed miserably. Where's my treaty blade? Uh-huh. You want a master of disguise? There's your master of disguise. And of course with a face that looks absolutely nothing like her, but okay, whatever. Disguise yourself as the client and let the treaty blade come to you. Yep. Existing situation distract us from the real crime. Brilliant. Sure, but now you've got nothing, pal. Never spoke of the treaty blade, only the halberd. Yeah, he only spoke of the halberd, huh? Interesting, isn't it? Always issued his challenges in person. Isn't it obvious? What is it like in your funny little brains? It must be so boring. Dude! Just cut Hildy's legs right out from under him, why don't you? Didn't send the challenge, then who did? Gee, I don't know, but here comes a card! Man dance! snoozing away. And Hildy posing right in the forehead. Have to make this man just as insane as the rest of us, don't we? Oh, my precious forehead. Owie. Yup. Hildy. If this is addressed to me, condescending Inspector Briarden. You see, actually, that one's almost accurate. Like, Hildy is constantly too stupid to get his name of consulting Inspector Briarden right, but it's not as if Hildy's really that stupid, because, like, it calls him condescending Inspector Briarden. Like, there's something underneath that lack of intelligence that's almost intelligence. Piss off. Years if I slept 1,000 faces do I wear. What is yours will be mine. Lapis Maiden's virtue. And the wording is the same as before. These so the Treaty Blade sent this. Yep. You almost say poor dude now. This is hardly poor dude. Poor dude is later when he's been spending way too much time with us. That's when it's like, oh, poor Briarden, he'll never be the same again. Very well, I and I alone, Hildebrand, agent of Enquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire. What's more, accept your challenge. He just interrupts him completely. Yep. Oh my god, Hildy. He's like, huh? He's gonna kill him. You're gonna challenge us to face me preferred. Yep. I have to pull that stick out of Briarden's butt and make him act like an imbecile like the rest of us. Kid gets it. You don't need some stuffy old elf noble acting like a uptight piece of crap. You need an idiot, a doofus who runs around like the rest of us. Laugh at a time like this after allowing my precious treaty blade to be stolen. Too bad, no one cares, lady. It's just some stupid frickin'... It's just some stupid art piece to you. No one cares. To him dashing to and fro. Pair of gentlemen mummers. Head into the city, lady. Just you and me. Not bad, Hildy. Not bad at all. Yup. You're bringing smiles to people's faces, even if you're not a goldsmith. I guess it works out for him. Mark my face, O phantom of many faces. It's the face of the... Too tired. Yep. Can I? Nope. Okay. Just making sure if I could stop in the middle there, but I can't because I almost want to turn the music on for these sections because these are the goofy little after seeds for Hildy, but I'll find the music and I'll add it myself. Gentleman hero Hildebrand. Yeah, like claimed the fair maiden's virtue. Seeds of jealousy. That one is especially fun. That quest. True love bloom on the on the battlefield. Will this man of a man find a man of a wife? No, absolutely not. Though he might become a Manderville wife. What's with the goggles those men were wearing? They look special. That's nicely look. Give me a pair. I guess we'll find out next time. Moron. Okay. Okay. I need to... Hello there. I need to change this. Let's see. Where's the there we go. Update that. And once again, I'm going to have a bit shorter of a stream today because I'm going to end it there because I have way too much footage to deal with for this week. I still have the first bit of Manderville that I haven't cut yet because I was doing the compilation last week. Now I have a second chunk of Manderville. Plus, I have done so much gathering and crafting to try and get through like multiple crafting lists off stream. Like, if I try to cut all of the footage I currently have together, the episode will probably be an hour long. So I don't know what exactly is going to make it in this week. I know that a lot, if not all, of the gathering and crafting, and at least that first chunk of Hildebrand stuff will probably be in this week's episode. I don't know that I will bother putting this second chunk in, depending on how much time I'm already spending on the episode. Just with like the gathering and crafting stuff is probably going to be like 20-30 minutes of stuff. I'm going to have to really cut that down. But in the meantime, there we go. In the meantime, that is where we will go ahead and call it for today. You know how glad I am that I was able to get the scheme emote? You can't normally get that, at least not where I am. I think you might be able to get the scheme emote on free trial, but not where I am. Like, I got that from a Moogle Tome event, and it's the only reason I'm able to do this. Right? Because you have to scheme, wait a second, and then straight face emote it out to make your character talk like this. Right? And it's the only reason I'm able to do that is because I have the scheme emote. That's the only way you can do it. And I don't remember if you can get it on free trial at all, but if so, I don't think you can get it until like Stormblood, like maybe it was a Eureka reward or something like that. I remember it being like it would take me forever to get to where I could get the scheme emote, and I don't even remember for sure if it was possible to do on free trial. I'm so glad it just like happened to be in one of the Moogle Tome events, and I didn't even know that you could use the scheme emote to do that when I got it from the Moogle Tome event. It wasn't until later that I realized that's how people did that. Sized axe hat. That's a good name for that. That better have been like a Lalafell warrior or something. Someone named pint-sized axe hat. So yeah, lots of gathering and crafting, and at least the first chunk of the Hildebrand stuff on the episode this week on Friday. Anything else is sort of if I have time left in the episode, which I doubt I will. Because like I said, that like explaining my crafting list, because I actually have to even put in like footage from Teamcraft to try and explain what I'm trying to do, because I normally don't like to show the off game like third party stuff. Is usually best not to really show that stuff at all, but there's a lot that's like not even understandable. It's like impossible to visualize what I'm trying to talk about unless I just show you a visual of what I'm talking about, kind of thing. You know what I mean? So I need to cut some of that stuff, like the team craft stuff, into it, and then I'll just have that as like a little bit of an overlay as I'm describing it, and then in the background just have like B-roll of sort of me gathering and crafting and stuff. And hopefully I can cut that down to be fairly short, within like 10 minutes or so, in which case maybe I'll put both of the Hildebrand things. But like, if just the gathering and the crafting for this week takes like 15 minutes of the YouTube episode, then I'll probably only put the first Hildebrand bit in. Anyway, that is going to be all for today.